Good morning, this is Zachary from Zachary Sweeps. I've just swept this lovely open fire, and the reason why I'm doing this video is just to give you some great tips on if you've got just a normal fireplace and you want to open it up and bring it back to the builder's recess. And the way that this customer's done it is absolutely amazing. It is absolutely stunning. I'm just going to show you the front of it. I'm not going to show you the sides, obviously, because for privacy reasons and stuff like that. But just show you the front of it and the way it's been set up and done. As you can see, just move that out of the way. As you can see, it's been basically what they've done is that it's been opened up to reveal the builder's recess. This is where a lot of people make the mistake that they think that this is the original fireplace for the property. It isn't. When they build these houses, they build the chimneys at the same time, and then they build the fireplaces afterwards. So a lot of properties, they were able to pick and choose what type of appliance that they could have in their property when they built them. So that's, you know, like today with where you can pick and choose the doors or windows or whatever. In the Victorian times, that's what they used to do with. You know, if you go like somewhere like the seafront of Brighton, you'll notice that every house, every part of, like, say, Brunswick Square and places like that, they all have different fronts, because they could either have pillars on the fronts or whatever, different chimney. All the chimneys were the same, but they could have different like porches. They could have like balconies, whatever. They gave them a list of stuff that they could pick, and it's very similar to what they used to do in the old days when they were building these sort of properties. So then what happens is when you can also reveal the brickwork, and it's really easy to do, because behind the plaster, this is what you've got behind the plaster. So basically, I've done a few videos on doing this because I've done loads of jobs like this, and it's amazing. You've got an air vent up there, which goes into a different chimney, obviously, because it would bring smoke into this room if it didn't. And that air vent is obviously because the chimney upstairs not being used, so it gives ventilation into the chimney to stop any damp. But it's an old school one, so it's been there a long time and it works perfectly. But as you can see, that there is a brick lintel going across. Let me put my finger going across there at an angle. So it's really easy to, if you were going to do it and you had a chimney stack like this, and it's covered in plaster and it's got a fireplace in there, and you wanted to take it out, it's really simple to do. How I do it is, as I take the fireplace out first, and then I dig towards inside towards the brickwork. Because if you can see, right, if I go closer, if you look there, you can see that the brickwork's all nice and smooth. That's why people make that mistake and they think, oh, that's the original fireplace, but it isn't. It's the builder's recess. So if you dig and remove all the rubble till you get to that, then follow it to the right hand side, then you'll get the other smooth side. And then if you follow it to the left side, you get to the other smooth side. Then if you go up, because they use these types of lintels going across, the majority of the time they're fine. Sometimes you might have to do a bit of repair work on them, but it's very easy to repair them. And then what happens is, with this one, because it's a very big opening, what the customer's done, it's a very clever idea, is that they've raised it up 2 courses of bricks, to put some clay tiles on top of it, and they've also put a cast iron hood, a metal hood on, not cast iron, a metal hood on top, so that it stops the smoke coming back into the room. Because obviously these chimneys, they've got like a 9 by 9 inch chimney flue, which has been calculated for the fireplace. So if you open it up like this and then you decide to put a basket in, it won't work. The smoke's just going to come straight back in the room, and especially if it's a cold day or wet day and it hasn't been used for a while, the smoke's going to come straight back. So you have to raise them up. So a lot of people, what they do is they raise the baskets up, and they just put loose bricks to make a platform, and then you can fill it up with ash, and then it looks like a permanent platform. Or you can put a hood on, or some people put a glass hood going across. But the way that this customer's done it is fantastic. They've worked out how you have to. The best thing to do is to work out the height first. So if you opened it up, what I'd recommend that you do first is that you use the grate to go up probably 4 or 5 bricks on this one, and if it draws fine, then that's brilliant. Then take 1 brick away, so you've got 5 bricks up. If it still draws fine, then great. If you drop it down 4 bricks and it doesn't work, then you know that it's 5 bricks high, and then it works perfectly. You know, do it a couple of times to make sure that you know that even in bad weather conditions, it still works. Because it's worth getting that done first, and working out exactly how high it has to be for it to work properly. And then what you can do is that measurement, like I say, it's 5 bricks high. You sort of measure how much that is. So I don't know how much each brick is, 2.5 inches, just say for argument's sake. So you do times by 5, so it's like 15. So basically what you got to do is you know that it's 15 inches. And then what you can do is you can do like a 7.5 inch or you know, a half, and then you could get like a 7.5 inch or an 8 inch hood, and then you know that when you get it made up from the blacksmith, and then you do the half, and then you put the grate in the corner at the back, should I say, you know it's going to work fine. But do the brick thing first. It's the best way of doing it. It's the easy way of calculating it, and it only takes some loose bricks in the garden, and then you can get the precise measurement of how this appliance works. And we've taken out that. If you look at some of the videos that I've done in the past, I've got some short videos on this, how to remove the plaster and what it reveals. If you're lucky, you know, you'll end up with it just taking off the plaster, and you'll be revealed with this. I mean, you'll get the odd bit just up at the corner here that's obviously needed repairing, and then one side on that side, which is fine, because unless I hadn't pointed it out, you wouldn't have noticed. So it's a really good idea. It gives a fantastic look in the room, a really great cottagey sort of look to an old house, instead of just having white plaster going around. Because you know, to reveal the brick lintels as well as the tiles and the way that they used to build them in the old days, it's fantastic. It's such a simple, easy way to do. And the great thing is, if it doesn't matter if you chisel a little bit of the brickwork, because it adds to the character. And then if as I said, if the brick lintel's a bit loose, you can sort it out. The builder will be able to sort that out for you, and it's a really simple process. There's not much that needs to be done. Any builder, I would say, would be able to do it. If you've got a chimney sweep who's a chimney specialist like me, you could come to me and I could do it for you. So there are people out there that can do these sort of things. Normally these sort of jobs, they can take a day to do removing all the plaster, and then do the measurements. You want to do them over a few day period so you can get the exact measurements but do it with the bricks. It's so important to do it that way. Don't try and work it out, calculate it. Do it with the bricks, because each house works differently. If this house hasn't got carpet, so it's got lovely wooden floors. So if it had a carpet, it would draw differently to one that hasn't got a carpet. If it's got double glazing, it would draw different to one that has got double glazing. So it's better to do the brick thing, bricks on each corner. You don't even have to put them in the middle, just 5 or 6 bricks on each corner, depending on how big the opening is. And then once you've done that, you know, it's a really simple process, you know, and then you end up with such a gorgeous chimney stack like this, which is amazing. And if I could show you the rest of the house, which obviously I'm not going to, as I said, for privacy reasons, but you can get the idea what the sides look like and everything. But it's stunning, and it brings out the room and gives it that real cottagey vibe, and also it's a centerpiece in the room. And for just mainly labour and a bit of bricklaying, and then getting the hood made up at the blacksmith, it's such an easy job to do. And so, you know, it's like you know, to put the tiles on top of the brickwork, it's very easy to do. The hood's made up by the blacksmith, and then it's just labour intense work. So it's great. I love doing these. I do a lot of them in the summertime, as you can see, and the transformation it makes in people's rooms is amazing. So I really wanted to share that with you. Hopefully you'll find that really useful information. Have a great day from Zachary Sweeps.